Frankenstein, Agent of S.H.A.D.E. number 3, written by Jeff Lemire, art by Alberto Ponticelli. We last left off with Frankenstein and his monster group hopping in an egg ship to go through a portal onto a monster planet. Different monsters. He ended up arriving and finding his ex-wife, Bride of Frankenstein, just slaughtering an entire planet of monsters. This issue picks up during the slaughter. We got this weird, it's still doing the, it's going through the S.H.A.D.E. computer network. So we open up with, a video buffer cutting in and out, just seeing them trying to fight through this horde. We see the full scale of it, and everyone's just unloading everything they have to just try to survive these spider creatures. At one point, they start getting overrun. Frankenstein's like, okay, maybe we should go back to the egg now and get out of here while we still can. And Father Time comes over the radio. He's like, actually got damaged in the landing, so it'll heal itself. It's a bio ship, but you're kind of stuck here for now. So, hey, make a stand. Good luck. And then Khalees, the mummy, he's just standing there holding a staff, and he tells everyone to cover their eyes. And then he unleashes this blinding light that just destroys, quite literally they say, the entire continent's worth of monsters. It was a continent full of spider creatures, and they are all gone. So Khalees, a little bit OP. He then collapses. They catch him, and he's like, okay, someone want to tell me what Khalees' power set is? And Father Time says it's classified, but he did clear off the continent, so they're good to go and able to take a breath, as it were. So phase 2 begins, and apparently the whole goal is that this planet has 3 types of monsters. Spider creatures, which make up continent 1, just general beast ogres, which make up continent 2, and then sea creatures, which are the oceans in between. And they have to kill every last monster on this planet before collision with the portal on Earth, which I believe they said was 3 hours away. So, yeah, they don't have much time. So they decide to, first, before they decide anything, there's a mountain behind them, which they thought was a mountain, but as it turns out was the king spider creature. And it starts rumbling and explodes upwards, and they're like, okay, so we're all dead. That's cool. But Frankenstein's like, no, here we go, to the fight. And he runs in with a sword, starts slashing. Everyone comments that he's insane. His ex-wife, I should say. His ex-wife's like, he may have his own way of doing things, but he's definitely not insane. And then, as he's plunging towards the beast, he goes, that's it, beast, bare your fangs. I'll gladly pull them from your foul maw. And the bride's like, okay, maybe he's a little insane. So they fight. Frankenstein gets swallowed. Everyone starts running away, but of course Frankenstein does the thing where he cuts himself out from inside the spider creature, kills it, and they're like, all right, so what are we doing here? And basically they need to split up. Team needs to go to the continent of the ogres. Other team needs to go to the sea monster one, and they need to kill all of them before the portal collides. So they have 3 hours to do so. Bride of Frankenstein, the vampire bat guy, and the wolf man make up the team going to the ogres. Frankenstein and Fish Lady go down to the sea monster one, and Khalees is left by the ship because he's still out of it. As they're going back at S.H.A.D.E. headquarters, there's apparently a bunch of situations arriving where they get some residual energy popping up on their maps in Southeast Asia, and they say it must be him. I don't know if I'm supposed to know who that is yet, but I don't think so. They're like, oh, after all these years, let's just pray that Frankenstein's back before he wakes up. So that's a thing. And then they have some psychics, which are helping do something, I guess. It's like Minority Report style psychics. They're all hooked up, and they all start screaming, help me, help me, help me. And as it turns out, it's an urgent cry for help from the planet itself. The planet of monsters itself is yelling out for help. And that's where we leave off. I can't believe I like this book as much as I do. I mean, it's Jeff Lemire, so, it's almost to be expected, but that doesn't make it any less impressive. It's just so much fun. Like, this whole fight scene, the fact of everyone's like, okay, so did anyone know that Khalees could do that? Can we get any sort of information here? They all play it up for at least a chuckle. I don't know if it's straight for laughs, but it is played up for fun, and that is so worthwhile. I could not imagine anything worse than this being like them trying to make it super serious of like, no. Frankenstein and all the universal monsters are a serious topic that need to be regarded in a... It's not. It's funny. Treat it like that. And he's doing a great job with it. Art-wise, it may not be exactly what I like, but I definitely can say it fits the tone. It's very scratchy, very like Vertigo-esque in the early 90s. Not a lot of shadowing. It's either color or black ink. But it fits. It's very good, gritty style that fits the tone. Overall, I'm going to give this one a 7.5. I really, really enjoy the humor in this book because everyone's just having fun with it. Like, that's all that I want from this. It's literally doing exactly what I want from it, and I cannot fight against that at all.